All praise and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Ha,
Ha,
Rakah,
Rakah,
Quadash.
Quadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which taught us the truth. And Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure to the end. Shalom.
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 All right. So we come out to prophesy through the Holy Scriptures the downfall of virgin daughter Babylon, which is America. All right. And if you want to grab real quick, 2nd Ezra 9.
Okay.
All right. Just measuring the time in itself, you can look at things in your own news and see that America is on its last leg. All right. One of the things that recently happened is China. It says China stops usage of English in educational institutions to counter Western influence. And the reason why English was so dominant throughout the world was because America ruled the world.
Fine.
See, but now that America has become weak, it's no longer the superpower of the world no more.
They had the petrodollar. If you didn't use the American dollar, they go to war with you.
Right. Brother, if you want to grab Isaiah 14, go ahead.
Okay. 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, and that means to look around and see what's happening to know what time it is. Just like you can see the weather changing. We're about to go into the fall, and you can see the leaves are already falling.
It's getting cooler. It's not
It's
so
getting
hot.
cooler, right.
And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, which these prophecies are in the Holy Scriptures. That's why the Christian church is pretty much a house of lies, because they don't understand what the Scriptures are.
And one of the major prophecies is the MOB, and it says he causes all to get that. And what is this devil Biden doing? He's mandating.
Right.
They never mandated like this, and then inside of your body mandate.
Gone.
So that's another sign of the times.
And I got another one. That MOTB, what the brother was talking about, was right there. Right? But let me read this real quick. It says, this is from CNBC, all right? It says, House Democrats propose new tax hikes to pay for their $3.5 trillion bill. Here are the details. It says the proposal includes top corporate and individual tax rates of 26.5% and 39.6% respectively, which eventually, when you do the math, it's actually going to be up to 70% taxes. And it says on corporate and individual. And you got to remember, they're talking about putting a tax on you for not taking the jab.
14%.
Right, so add that to it. You're going to be working for nothing, pretty much. See, so you can see that. How are we not at the end when this place has no future? There's no vision for a future. If there was future, they'd be making way for entrepreneurship to take off. But in fact, they're killing that spirit of entrepreneurship.
Oh, it's called the ATA. It's like the Trucking Association. They said this mandate for the jab that he put out is going to hurt. People are going to go, instead of working for these big companies that have over 100 employees, they're going to go to smaller companies with less than 100 employees.
Right, but there's only so many jobs like that.
Yeah, and they said it's going to hurt them.
Right.
People are going to have to create their own.
And that's what it's going to go into crime. That's the kind of job they're going to create. They're going to create a black market. Remember what was it?
Prohibition.
Prohibition. that was a peak of crime because the government was outlawing certain things.
Or even the war on drugs, it just caused people to sell drugs.
Right. So that's what they're doing. They're creating an environment that is going to be pretty much crime ridden. Go ahead. Oh, what was you going to say?
I was gonna say, yeah, they used to have the middle class,
Yeah.
but they're just taking the middle class right out now.
Right.
With these unjust laws that they're pushing
When they
for.
shut everything out, a lot of middle class died.
They took off the pop shops and everything, and now it's just going to be the rich and those that were in the middle class have been reduced down to being poor.
Right.
Or losing their
And that's
jobs.
what it is. It's going to be rich and there's going to be poor. And what is that quote they are known for saying? Biden, you're going to have nothing and you're going to be happy about it.
Yeah.
But you better be, because they're crime. They're going to kill you if you're not happy about
Right.
it.
But see, it's only going to be a short period of time that they have this time to do this. You got to remember that.
They're doing the same thing as Chinese is doing. They give these people in China the rewards if they follow
social
their
credits. Social credits.
Well, when
Yeah.
you go into their system, it's called Skynet. And you know who controls Skynet?
Israel.
America. When you go into Wikipedia, the Skynet, so that shows you who controls China. China is just a lab for America's inventions.
Yeah, that's where they built that, the C, and they released it. They're letting that out about Fauci. He was doing gain of function
right.
with Bat C, and they released it on these so they can give them the JAB.
See, it says China's massive video surveillance network is called Skynet. And when you go into Skynet, China's tracking system, I'll show you. This is how you know who rules the world.
Also, that Revelation 17 says that great city that ruleth over the kingdoms of the earth. It's America.
All right, here, where you at? Chinese. Go ahead, Yoko.
Second Esdras chapter 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Yeah, there was an earthquake yesterday in Colorado, they said.
I didn't feel
People felt it in South Colorado, southeastern or something.
Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
Right, so we're in the end, and it's being manifested. And then how do we know it's the end? Through the prophecies being fulfilled.
Even so,
Oh, here it is. It says in 2019, NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden said China's massive surveillance mechanisms and machinery of private communication was utterly boggling. As of 2019, it was estimated that 200 million monitoring CCTV cameras of the Skynet system had been put to use in mainland China, 4 times as many as the surveillance cameras in the United States. State media, which is under the Republic of China, and who's known for the Republic? America. It says, and that's why they're speaking English.
Oh.
And they wear suits.
They got other countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right, which is the elect. 144,000 of the 12 tribes of Israel. The Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world as slavery. All right, this has been pre-programmed for our sake. All right, we came here to show our faith, and as we are being brought into remembrance of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, our Father who art in heaven, Yahweh, and our Savior, Yahweh Shai, the true Messiah, all right, through the Holy Spirit, through the prophecies, all right, now we are at the end of this place. Go ahead and grab that Isaiah 14. You can drop that in.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they wore, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
So that's the prophecy that's coming to pass. All right, we're oppressed, and there's going to come a day where we eventually rule over our oppressors. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased.
Right, which is America, that golden city. How is this happening to this golden city? Where everybody used to come here to get rich, now it's becoming a weak place.
They said the greatest country in the world. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked.
Right, and the staff is pretty much where they rule from. And America is that place where they rule the world from. The Lord has broken this place because he hates America for what they have done to the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. America was built on slavery of the Israelites. That's why he destroyed Egypt, and it was remembered how he destroyed Egypt forever, because what they done to the Israelites. So how much more America?
And they're actually prophesying downtown when that nuclear bomb goes off, that city, it looks like a Babel, a tall tower, and Denver's on top of it smoking. And that's how America's going to be smoking.
See, and right here, this is another news report from 2020. It says U.S. approves 1.8 billion weapons sale to Taiwan.
That's causing ruckus.
Right.
The guy said this morning, it was an article on RT News. He's a general, one of the top generals, and he said we have to avert atomic Armageddon with Russia and China.
Right. So that shows you who, just like they did Afghanistan. What did they do to Afghanistan? They armed them, just like they did in Fast and Furious to Mexico's cartel.
Oh, they not only armed them, they gave them a hit list. These are the people that worked for us, and they're going door to door killing them.
Right.
Oh, man.
So that's what America did to China. China was actually, the military's might was created by America. And that's because the elite, your Rothschilds, your Bilderbergs, your DuPonts, your Rockefellers, their intentions are to destroy America.
Why would you arm the enemy?
Why would you arm? Right.
Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
I'll go to 2 Corinthians 15.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
Which is America. America invades all these lands, and you put your laws and your religions and your false democracy on those lands. All these countries are going to rise up and go to war with you.
Even their allies.
And you're not as strong as you think you are. You're actually weak. Your military is full of faggots, you know?
and then you're trying to jab them, so they're against you too.
Right.
He that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole
And none hinder it. Meaning when it comes for the so-called white man to go down, nobody is going to help him. Nobody's going to say, hey, stop.
not like Jake today.
No.
No, not the white man.
Right, no, everybody's going to get in on him. Everybody's going to be putting their foot on that Edomite's neck.
The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fowler is come up against us.
Right? So even the trees are rejoicing. Hey, the other day, yesterday, I think it was, a humongous tree fell on a freaking car. Killed a woman in it. The earth is actually killing these people.
Oh, that's scriptural. It says the earth is gonna
Fights for the righteous.
Yeah. The earth will be at league with you,
Yeah.
the land.
That's why there's flooding. And you could say there's HARP, but they actually, their own scientists said this is too much for HARP. Too much is going on for you to say it's HARP.
Down there in Louisiana, how many freaking hurricanes in
It
top
just got hit by
Henry or something?
yeah, it hit Texas and Louisiana over and over again. And what's down there? A bunch of witchcraft, a bunch of oil rigs, a bunch of so-called Christians, right? And it's just taking them out, showing you that there is no salvation in this false god that the Christian church teaches you. Because if there was power in this name, why is your Bible Belt of America being hit with so many hurricanes?
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
So when Yahushua comes, nuclear destruction is going to take place to America.
It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth.
Like China. China is a chief country. It's called a superpower. All these countries that were at one time the allies of America.
Are scared even of America.
Yeah, they were scared at one time. Even Japan. Now they want to go against America.
Everybody hates America.
Right.
And who's the perfect guy?
Mm-hmm.
Creepy Joe.
Right. And now he's causing even his own people to hate America.
Oh yeah, did you see? I did a video on it. They're saying, F Joe Biden.
Yeah.
F Joe Biden.
At the fucking
football game.
Football game, right?
It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we?
Right there, you see? America was a golden city. Now it's weak. Its military is walking off.
Remember what Joe Biden did when he first came in? He's going up those stairs and he fell 3 times. Complete. This place is done.
By wind. If you watch the video, wind blew him over. Just like in the book of Job, the wind came through and knocked over the house with his children in it. So that was Satan, bro. The same one that they worship, pushed
Blew him down.
Yeah, pushed him.
And that's on, the whole world sees that.
Right.
All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?
Right.
And those other countries, on that article I was reading, they said we need to have cooler heads prevail, just general. And down at the bottom it says, but China is still improving their nuclear missiles. They're not stopping.
Right. Why? Because the plan is to nuke America. And the elite, the bankers, they don't care about America. See, America is like a cow, a milk cow, and a butcher. I just recently saw a butcher was saying the milk cow is the most abused cow. See, like a steak cow, you feed him and take care of him so that that meat comes out pretty. A milk cow, you're just getting the milk out of it. You don't give a fuck how that meat comes out. That's why usually that milk cow becomes your ground beef, so they can hide the imperfections.
And he saw I seen him with forklifts and that fucking cow is
Yeah.
and he's fucking pushing them.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that to a black Angus, like one you're gonna sell $300 steak out of,
Yeah.
because you damage the meat. Well, America is that milk cow. They don't give a fuck about it. They're kicking it, abusing it.
they're spending all this money.
They're
Now
poisoning it with jabs.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise.
Oh, you just said at the football, they were saying what? Their pomp has been brought down to the grave. The pomp is the celebration.
And that happened at 4 different universities.
Right.
Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Right, which those bankers, when they bring America down, all right, it's going to be at the power and will of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, which they're going to come down into slavery. They're going into the bunkers right now.
New Zealand?
New Zealand, they're going into the bunkers right now. Your elite, you can look it up on Common Sense Show. He was reporting on it. Dave Hodges is the host. He said, why are these people running to the bunkers? Is it vacation, or are they trying to escape something that's about to happen? And what did you just say that they came out with? They got to deter.
No, avert.
Avert.
Nuclear, they said atomic Armageddon.
So right now, they're in the threat of a nuclear war right now. Why do you think they drafted the women or made it legal for them? They're going to send those women into World War III, which is going to be a nuclear war. Which is going to be the war that ends all wars at the coming of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. That's it, huh?
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in my ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee.
Right, the unbelief. What, does your unbelief make the faith of the Lord without effect? Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai forbid. Right? Because it's going to happen. We could actually see it happening already. Just because you can't see it, it don't make no difference to us.
They're blind.
Right? We can see it. They got the jab. There's reports of that thing being in that jab. All right? What thing? This thing here. All right? Like it or not, there's scientists, there's videos showing this thing in that jab. Now they're saying you can't go to work unless you have this thing, which fulfills that Revelation 13, 16, 17, and 18. Soon you're not going to be able to travel, they said, by October without that thing. See? So that makes sense why they're running to the bunkers and saying that there's going to be a nuclear war. Because that thing is on the scene.
And they know the prophecy.
Right. It says they're wiser than Daniel. They could see the chariots. You got to remember there was that humongous chariot.
When they were showing that video, they turned from regular to infrared, and they could see him, like the heat.
And they said there was something under the sea that they were trying to blow up, which fulfills that Job.
Yeah, why would you blow up a 40,000-pound bomb?
Right.
There's no reason.
Killing the fish and the environment.
That's such a big bomb.
Right.
There's no use for it.
The incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee.
You gotta read that one.
Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them.
Incredulity is a lack of faith.
Trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, and the sword, famine, death, and destruction. for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, which they're making it mandatory that you have this thing all over the whole earth. I just saw a guy in Hawaii, and he said they're making it mandatory in Hawaii, and he said it's coming to you, New York. I just saw a brother in New York. He can't go in the gym no more because you got to have that thing. See, which fulfills Revelation 13, 16, verses 16, 17, and 18.
And Japan, they had first it was metal particles. Now they said some kind of black and pink substance.
Right.
They found in the needles, rocks,
And even if they do bring out the chip afterward, that is enough. That jab is enough to get you in the lake of fire, because it says, "They that worship the image of the beast."
you're bowing down.
You're bowing down to it by agreeing to that jab. See, so really, that's enough to get you in the lake of fire, like it or not. It's as bad as it being the chip. Whether there's a chip or not in it, it's the same shit, man.
And he deceiveth the whole world.
Right. Yeah, he ain't gonna come at you with exactly what it is written. He's gonna try to deceive you. And people are easily, especially Jake. Jake is easily deceived. Just like when Yahushua came as the Messiah, the Pharisees were waiting for him to come out of Bethlehem as a king. He was born in Bethlehem, but he came out of Galilee, or as they say, Nazareth, right?
Therefore saith the Lord, Yahushua, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves.
Right, what they're doing right now. What are they doing? Making wicked decrees, all right, pushing this thing that most likely has this inside of it. And what do? They make it mandatory, speaking as a dragon.
All you got to do is look up nano RFID. You'll see how small they are.
Right.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto
And
me.
they don't need you to scan your hand. The technology they have now, you already been in it. When you go into the store and they have those walls that you walk between, and they track the garment, it has a RFID chip in the garment. So if they don't scan it or remove it, it'll set off an alarm that you're stealing it. Well, that's the same technology that they'll be able to read your whole entire body, whether you have this thing on you.
Oh, on TikTok, the lady was a nurse, and she said, scan my
With the
jab
NFC.
arm. And she scanned it, and they go, oh.
Item numbered. And they have a store called Amazon, where you don't fucking scan the item or your hand. You just walk in and walk out, and it scans your phone. See, they don't need you to put your hand like this no more. They've been given technology beyond that. Oh, and what did you pull up? That in the word, the hand, Revelation
it means receive.
16.
You can look it up if you want. It
Yeah.
says receive. The word hand in Revelation 13 and 16.
You got that. Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And when you go into that word, right hand, in the Greek, we know the mark is the charagma, the karax, the grapho. But in that word right hand, it's
Strong's G 1188. Dexios.
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 It says it could literally mean the right hand, or a metaphor, which it says, which usually takes. You get the root word. Or it says a place of honor or authority. Look, it says to take with the hand. And this is the actual root word.
G 1209.
Dachamai. It says to take with the hand, to take hold of, take up, receive, to receive or grant access to. So you grant access to your body.
To the temple.
And what did they say in New York? This is the key to the city. So then they'll grant access to you.
They have a thing. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you.
Right.
You're subscribing to.
Oh, look.
Temple.
Right here it says to receive into one's family. And what is the all? Remember? If you love your master, and you love your wife and your children, you get the all stuck in your ear to the house, and then you would become part of his house. See, that's showing you. It's more to it than just a microchip in your hand. Yeah, it's the microchip is the abomination. This is the mark of the beast. But they could put it anywhere in you.
Crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord, Yahushua, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it.
Right, which Egypt today, modern day Egypt, is America. It's spiritually Egypt.
And Sodom.
And when you go into that word Egypt in Revelation 11, and what it means is that their intentions is to kill us. Their intentions is not to give you the access. It's called depopulation. That's what these people can't get their mind around, especially these low-level Edomites. You got that one guy that was on Alex Jones. He thought he did the right thing by allowing his kid to take it. And what happened to his heart? It blew up in his chest. Remember, 16-year-old?
Oh, was in the...
And he couldn't believe it. He said, and then Alex Jones is like, they knew it would kill him. They knew it.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're premeditated murderers. Their intentions is to depopulate the earth. What don't you get?
And you're gonna trust him?